Good evening, guys. How's it going? I hope everybody's doing well and has had a wonderful day. I know in America it's is it Memorial Day? Whatever it is this time of year. I know a 3-day holiday. So end of the summer, I believe it is, right? Soon it'll be chilly again. But the people in New Zealand and Australia will be happy because they'll have a summer. And the cycles keep going, huh? So what has Kevin been doing? I woke up this morning and I seen that it was overcast. I thought, yes, straight in the garden. I've been in here all day and it's almost dark. I've been repotting this, repotting that. I looked in the shade garden a little bit. This is the shade garden. It's getting a bit dark now, sorry. I repotted some of those up top. And this one down here was just on the floor, so now it goes up that piece of string, and then I'll let it come back down again then. And then this one was in another pot which fell down, so I repotted it and put it all back together. Cleaned all this up and watered everywhere. Everybody's got water. You know the big ferns I have hanging in the hanging baskets? Well, I bought a small one. I mean, like really small. It was about 3 inches tall. So I left it in the shade garden until it got big, and now it's like 8 inches tall. So I put that in a pot and hung that up today. And I think so once it's like maybe a foot tall, I'll move it and bring it out into hang it under a tree. I really love looking at those things. Something about them, they just look so tropical. Then I watered the garden, watered the little plot, the stuff that's coming on. I think one of the, you remember last week or 2 weeks ago, I went to, on the way back from Angtong, I got a couple cuttings of moringa, and they said, I heard that you can literally cut the branch and stick it in the ground and it'll grow. So I got one, and it looks like it's coming. It's hard to see. It's like a little dot. I think in about 3 or 4 more days I might have a small leaf. So I put 4 in. 2 I think were too small, and the other 2 were a little bit fatter, and they look like they're taken. So 50% so far. It's overcast most of the day, so I thought, hey, I haven't flown my drone for a long time, so I thought, let me go up and see. I know the river's blocked down the bottom with that green stuff, so I thought I'm going to put the drone up and go have a look. A very happy day and really enjoyed myself. But I also have some sad news. My cousin in England, she's a few years younger than me. She's had cancer in her lungs for years and years and years. She'd beat it and then it'd come back, and she'd beat it and it'd come back. My mother emailed me the other day and said that she's not doing too well. She's been taken to the hospital, and before she could email me again, she had already passed away. I think she's like 60. So, but she's got a husband and 2 boys. Sad, sad, sad. I'm not close with any of my family, not because I don't want to. because that's just the way it is. I don't know why. I mean, I'd like to be close, but it never worked out that way. But still, I was fortunate enough to meet her. I think I knew her when I was a little baby, like 3 or 4 years old, 5 years old. We played together, and then I didn't see her again until I was like 42 or something, and then I seen her briefly at my grandmother's funeral, and then about 5 years ago I went to England and I was invited to their house to have a meal. So I met my uncle and aunt and my cousin and her sister, my other cousin, and all sat and had a meal together, and that was the last time I've seen of her. I mean, I only seen her like half a dozen times in my whole life, but it's still sad. It's sad when anybody passes away with cancer. I just think that's a really cruel way to have to go. A couple weeks ago I endeavored to explain, please be careful, about investments and don't buy things and things like that because the economy is so poor. And I got a couple comments that said, don't be silly, America's economy is great. I'm like, dude, are you serious? This is one thing I do study a lot, is the economy, from around the world. And I never realized just how bad the economy was in all countries, not just America. In Britain too, there's like a couple million, I think there's 4 or 5 million children who don't eat regular every day. And I listened to a guy say last night that a third of the shops have shut in England. I'm like, no way. So I did a search, and sure enough, 33% of the shops have shut in England. Why? Because nobody has money to buy anything. So if it's in England and in America, then you can guarantee it's everywhere else. And I just so super blessed to be here and not have to put up with all that crap of what's going on. So what is my point? My point is, please don't buy something that's expensive on HP, high purchase, alone, and save some money. There's a guy who on YouTube who interviews homeless people, and last night I watched him and he interviewed a lady, African-American lady. She lives in Charlotte. She has a master's degree and working on the second master's degree, and has actually taken about, I think she said 3 or 4 courses to be a doctor. And she studies psychology and mental retardation, special education, all that sort of stuff. So she had 2 jobs, one part-time and one full-time. For some reason, she lost her job. 2 weeks later, she lost her apartment, and she's homeless now. What does that tell you? She had no savings, not enough savings to pay for 1 month rent. So, my friends, be careful. And I've said, I'm going to try my hardest. This is the last time I want to talk about it. But I just, I'm not trying to be nasty, but I just think if you care about your people who watch you, then you should say something. So, I'm saying something. Flack and all. Okay guys, I'm going to sign off. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best, guys. See you Monday.